Sometimes in life we have bad breaks. Often they come from our own mistakes. So when you leave your favorite sword lying out in a field, how it fares against a mower will soon be revealed. Hey friends, look, I've got my studio space back. Yes, the office is mine again. It is no longer a guest bedroom. But fantastic 3 weeks of family visit. Wonderful, lots of adventures and memories and maybe a little too much eating and not enough training, but that's okay. That's fine. I'll bounce back in a couple weeks. No big deal. But also, my laptop died after 6.5 years. That's not good. So I lost a bunch of software that I'm going to have to pay to replace and I can't afford because I had to buy a new laptop. So music and title cards and things like that. Oops. Oh well, that's fine. Don't. If you thought the quality of my videos was low before, woo, just wait. Someone backed into my car, which is not a big deal. Just a few scratches and a tiny little dent. It was very low speed. No injuries. So, you can laugh that one off. That's fine. I handled that really well. Next week, I'll take the car in and, we'll see what needs to be done. I don't have to pay for any of it because I'm not at fault. All right. Thank you, insurance. But you're not here for any of those other tragedies that have been going on. No, you want to know what happens when you pit a sword against an industrial mower. Well, last week, so today's Wednesday as I'm recording, so the previous Wednesday, we had a class that evening. We were doing Zwerchau, also called Zwerchau or Twerchau, depending on what manual you're looking at and how you want to pronounce it. The crosscut, the helicopter of death. So after doing things and teaching the students how to do this, my assistants and I put on our masks and they were going to hit us. So we switched to synthetics because why take a steel sword to the head if you don't need to, right? Now, yes, we're going to defend against all of these attacks, but we still want to be as safe as possible. And it's pretty hot, so you don't want to have to wear all sorts of gear, but we put the masks with overlays on, and away we went. So I put my favorite sword down on the ground, on the grass. I mean my SGT customized Duello. So SGT Blades in Airdrie, Alberta, made me this wonderful sword 3 years ago, and it's fantastic. I love it. Or I loved it. Because I forgot it there, and when I packed everything up, I thought I had everything I needed. 3 steels and 3 synthetics, went into the sword bag, zipped it up, away we went. Didn't check the bag for a couple of days because I was busy with my new Type 15 from SGT Blades. Garth and Tyrell did an excellent job on that. You may have seen it in the 8-second clip of me cutting a water bottle. We'll have another video on that soon. Fantastic new sword. So I left the old sword out in the field. Didn't realize. And of course the city sent their contractors to mow the field with an industrial mower. And my sword was out there. But as a testament to the quality of an SGT Blades blade, well, this was at a 30-degree angle and I hammered it back. You can see this slight bend here. It's never going to be perfect again. You can see that it's gouged out at that point. I don't think that this is going to be safe for full-speed sparring or drills. But hey, the sword was still in one piece when I went to pick it up from the parks department. Yeah, so obviously they make great blades that can handle a lot of abuse. I mean, if it didn't break when picked up by an industrial mower, whatever your human trials for this blade will be, is going to handle it. But you can see all of the mower marks all the way down. So you might think, well, could you still use it as a solo practice sword or slow drills or still use it for class? Well, no. Because the pommel took the brunt of it. Now the tang is bent here, and I hammered and hammered and hammered on this thing. I cannot get it to go back into shape. Thankfully, our club president, John, he's gonna probably take the torch, heat it up, take it apart, just straighten it out, and it'll hang on the wall. Lesson learned. Double check all your gear before you leave the field. or any space you're training in, make sure you have everything. Because if an industrial mower comes along, even if your sword will stay in one piece, it may not be usable. And if you spend money on a good quality sword, it's a tragedy. So, laptop died, new laptop. Car backed into, don't have to pay for it, but there's no money for a new sword. It's fine. Look, now there are some hammer marks, so we'll ignore those, but the mower got into there, got into there, got into there. The handle is cracked. I peeled the leather up. The leather work handled just fine. I did the leather work. So, hey, that's a bonus for me. But, yeah, you know, it's cracked underneath. And it's worse because I've hammered on it. So the sword is pretty much done. But it took an industrial mower to end the life of this sword. It can take abuse. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story, don't leave your stuff out in the field. Obviously, that is a lesson we should all remember. But the moral of the story is save up and buy a good sword. Get a proper sword. Do not buy just whatever you can afford if you're in historical European martial arts. Save up, okay? Club loaners can be cheap things, right? So your club has to buy a lot of things for a low price, and they're getting moderate use for newer students, fine. But if you are really dedicated for HEMA, if you really want a sword fight, your first thing to buy is a mask, and then gloves. The sword you need to save up for, and you need to get a good one. Get something that can survive being run over by a mower, because it probably won't have to survive that. But if it can survive being run over by a mower, it's going to last you a long time in your training, your full speed sparring. That's good stuff. So invest in good quality swords, okay? You may have to save up a bit. You may have to put a deposit and wait 6 to 8 months, or, well, in this case, Garth had neck surgery, so at SGT Blades, they might take a couple years before they can make me a new one. So, that's fine. Happens. We learn. But the message to you is please make sure when you're going to buy your sword, get something that is good. Save up. It is best to go with a really bad club loaner for an extra 6 months while you save than it is to buy something that's going to take a lot of burrs and a lot of abuse and bend and possibly break. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with a lot of these, lower end mass-produced swords as loaners at the club, as temporary solutions, but for yourself, for you, your personal sword, you should save up. So remember, don't leave your sword in the field. Save up for your sword and buy a good quality thing. If you want a sharp sword, SGT Blades, that's what they mostly do nowadays. Go get one from them. If you notice that the production quality of videos is even lower than normal, that's because I had to buy the new laptop and I don't have any software to do any of the things, and I don't even think I have my audio files. I put a lot of stuff on the backup drive about a month before the laptop died because I had a feeling it was getting old. But yeah. Oh well. What can I do? Trudge on. That's all. Anyway, friends, there's a story. Sword versus industrial mower. A great sword will at least stay in one piece, even if you can't use it anymore. It proves that a great sword that you spend money on that's made properly will last you a long time. And until next time, please take care, stay safe, and keep on, well, maybe not swinging today, but someday.